Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I am Sakshi Patra, and this is where we discuss everything about the stock market trading action in today's trading session. Also, whether the gains and losses seen and what really happened to your investments in the stock markets. Well, a day that started on a high note could not hold on to those gains of the early morning session. The markets, in fact, repaired most of the gains that they had clocked in the early hour, and towards the last hour of the trading session, we saw most of the gains getting wiped off, and benchmark indices, the Sensex and the Nifty, in fact, ended on a flat note in today's trading session. Of course, when you talk about the sectors, power, capital goods, IT sectors, these were the sectors that rose in an otherwise flattish market. But realty, FMCG, and pharma indices, in fact, fell by 0.5% to 1.5% as well. Globally, while stock markets rallied after the Federal Reserve played down chances of an even bigger US interest rate hike in the near future, the Federal Reserve on Wednesday had announced an expected half percentage point increase in borrowing costs, the biggest since 2000, as part of its battle to rein in inflation. And this comes right after the RBI yesterday, in an unscheduled meeting, after an unscheduled meeting, in a surprise move, announced a rate hike of 40 basis points on the repo rate. That actually led to a sharp decline in the markets yesterday. Today, the markets recovered from those lows. About about 500 points odd is what we had seen gaining on the Sensex right in the early action. But towards the end, we actually saw the markets giving up those gains. The Sensex closing, at just below 56,000 at 55,702. The Nifty was up by just about 5 odd points to end the session at 16,682. Of course, you did have a whole host of stocks that were declining sharply, including the FMCG stocks like Nestle, that was down 2.7%. You also had the likes of Ultratech Cement, Sun Pharma, Reliance Industries, Power Grid, Bajaj Finserv, Titan, Asian Paints, Axis Bank, all of them down by almost 1% to 2.5% in trade as well in today's trading session. Apart from this, of course, we saw the realty stocks also dragging in today's trading session. The Indian rupee ended 16 paisa higher at 76.26 per the dollar. Time Technoplast has bagged an order of 100 crores from Tesla Power US. That's a stock that was in focus just towards the end of the session. Nifty Pharma Index, like I said, dragged by Sun Pharma, Biocon, Cipla kind of shares. Oil prices, they climbed on supply jitters as European Union lays out Russian oil ban as well. So that's another factor that kept some of the market, across the globe are not jittery wicket. The fast-moving consumer goods definitely shed 0.5%, dragged mostly by Global Agro Resources, L&T Foods, MedPlus Health Services. Bain Capital Investment has in fact invested 1330 crores in TARC. That was news focus in focus as well. Morpin Laboratories has posted a 54% fall in the Q4 net profit at just about 12 crores. That stock also dragged the street sentiments. BSE Power Index was up by 1%, led by ABB, Siemens, and Adani Green in today's trading session. First Source Solutions reported a Q4 consolidated net profit at 132 odd crore rupees. That stock was in focus. Sher Khan maintained a buy rating on Kotak Mahindra Bank with a target price of 22.50. So that stock was in focus on the back of brokerage houses reports. BSE Capital Goods Index rose about 1% intraday, supported by ABB and Siemens, like I said. On Kotak Mahindra Bank, apart from Sher Khan, you also had Motilal Oswal maintaining a neutral rating with a target price of 2,000 rupees odd. So a whole host of stocks individually were definitely in the focus today. As for the recommendation of experts for traders and for investors, Vinod Nair, who's the head of research at Geojit Financial Services, did say that the fear of aggressive rate hike by Fed was the prime reason for global volatility during the past few days, and Fed's decision to remain less hawkish with a 50 basis points rate hike downplayed the investors' worries and helping the global markets rally today. However, domestic markets definitely trimmed its gains towards the end of the session, following a sell-off in the US futures as well, which could indicate that overnight session could also bring in some red on the US markets, and therefore some kind of a weakness in terms of indication for the next day's trading action as well. Ajit Mishra, who's the VP at research at Religare Broking, did say that with most of the major events now behind us, for the markets, the focus would return to earnings and upcoming macro data as well on IIP, CPI. Those are the important data points that will come in. However, he has reiterated his bearish bias on Nifty and suggests to continue the sell on rise approach. Stocks, on the other hand, he believes do offer opportunities on both sides on buy and sell, so traders should align their positions accordingly. Shrikant Chauhan, who is the head of research at Kotak Securities, believes that as long as the index is trading below 16,850, the correction wave is likely to continue, and below the same, Nifty could actually touch the levels of 16,600 to 16,500. On the flip side, if the markets rise, then 16,850 would act as an immediate hurdle, and beyond that, the market could also hit 16,950 kind of level. So those are the indications coming in from most of the experts after reading the sentiments and how the markets really traded in today's trading session. We'll keep you posted with everything that's developing on the day's trade. So don't forget to stay tuned onto Business Today.